Hello, welcome to this video of wig styling. I filmed on my phone while doing this, so I'm gonna storage pretty quickly because it was filming for like a half hour, which means that the ending part got cut out. So I'll just explain that when I get there. But what I'm doing right here. Also, sorry it's cutting out a lot. I tried to speed it up as much as I can, but it's like it filmed weird, so I'm really sorry about that. Anyway, what I'm doing right now is I'm taking I think you pronounce it like an ahoge or something, but it's a little piece of hair that sticks up at the top of this wig. A lot of anime characters have it. And then once I did that, I brushed it out and I sprayed it and I clipped it so that wouldn't get in the way of everything else. And now what you see I'm doing to the wig, because, well, the head was moving around a lot, so I was having some trouble with that, ignore that. Yeah, here is me struggling, trying to keep it still. But what I'm doing is I am teasing the entire wig, and you want it to look like it's extremely tangled and hasn't been maintained in 100 years, because that's how you get it fluffy without a crimper. I have a crimper. I'm not too fond of the effect it has on the wigs though, because it can look very unnatural and foamy. I mean, it's definitely good for some other characters, but Xiao, like, I wanted a more natural look, which is why I decided to tease everything instead. So you can see that is what I'm doing. Basically, you just grab a brush. A normal brush does work, but it's not as effective. The ones that I use are from the dollar store, and it's just got a bunch of tiny black bristles in groups, and I think it spreads the strands farther a bit, and so it works. But yeah, you really want to tease the entire wig. Any straight spots where like the hair is straight, you want to get rid of. And then once you do that, you spray it, you let it sit for a bit, and then using a hair blower, you don't have to, it's not required, but I like it. You blow up and, well, you don't blow up, but you blow the hair upwards, and it kind of gives a more wild look. After that, you take a regular brush and you brush it all out, and as you can see, it's already become a bit, well, not as tangled, but it's become more fluffy and less flat than when I got it. And also doing this kind of removes a lot of the shine from when you get the wig, so it's really good. Now, as you can see, I'm just showing off the wig. Then what you're going to want to do is, depending on how fluffy you want it, you do it again. So here I am repeating the entire process, and you don't have to do as much this time, but I decided to tease it again just so I could get a little more volume in the wig, so it would be easier to style. That's why a lot of people crimp, because when you have it all fluffy like that, it's just easier to grab and put together into spikes or whatever you want to do. So here I am brushing it out one more time. I accidentally brushed the top piece out as well, so I had to separate that later on, but that was fine because it's pretty easy to find. Yeah, there I am. I found it again, so I'm separating it, brushing it up. And the little spikes you see me putting into the top of the wig, it's very fast, but I think those are called like wig spikes. I'm not sure, I have no idea. Like, that came out of my ass. But they hold the wig onto the head so you can move it around a lot. Also, what I just did there with the hairspray and the blow dryer is you spray something and then you hold it and then you blow dry it for a while so that it sets the hairspray much quicker and it holds things in position. And it is like the most helpful thing ever. I did it for my Junko and Ashima wig, and it was like, I've never been able to get that much shape before, so it is literally a lifesaver if you can do that. What I am doing here now are the front two strands of the wig. And that basically is because I have the picture on the iPad to the left of the video now. You can see how he has like the two strands in front. And so I am shaping those now. And I don't know what technique it is for cutting, but when you cut your wigs, you don't want to cut straight across because that creates a really blunt edge, like a line. And a lot of times if you have a bunch of hair, it doesn't end up even either. So you don't want to do that. What you do is like you hold where you want it cut, and then you point the scissors up towards your hand. You don't cut yourself, well, try not to, but you just cut in an upward motion, and it takes a little bit longer, but you get a much more natural look. And so that is what I did. And then you can use hairspray or glue to form a point at the end, which is what I did for the front. Sorry, my straightener just fell. Anyway, back to what I was saying. yeah, so I made the point, and then I used the hairspray and the blow dryer technique again to create more of a, well, because like Xiao shows a lot of his forehead. I don't know how to describe it otherwise, to be honest. But yep, I did that. And then it's basically the same thing for the rest of the spikes that I did there. I didn't do too many because I'm not a big fan. I mean, I try to make my wigs look as natural as possible, unless it's, you know, Danganronpa, I don't know how people pronounce it. And it's supposed to look really cartoony, but otherwise, I wanted this wig to look as natural as possible. So when I make my spikes, by the way, after I hairspray them, I brush them out a little bit with my, like, one of my smaller, a ton of bristles brushes, because once again, it's not gonna look super glued down plastic. I want it to have the spike shape, but also natural, and that is what I did. And you can see me working on the bottom part. Sorry it's cut off. Like I said before, I filmed this on my phone, so I wasn't able to do that much. But yeah, I am spraying the bottom now and brushing it out, and then if you can see, it has a nice point up at the bottom because I got a little bit of curl. And I'm just doing the same thing to the other side, separating them and putting them together, making my spikes here. I wish that this video wasn't so laggy because you could see them much better, but it's really just the same thing I keep saying and repeating. Yeah, thank you. So here is a video of how it turned out at the end. I ran out of storage on my phone, so I had to delete that video and refilm. And this is basically how it turned out. I know it's not the best, I'm still learning my wig styling. I did with the back a bunch of spikes. So what I did was, you'll see it when I take my straightener, is I take a little piece, I take my straightener, because it's really hot, and you want to make sure you have a heat resistant wig, so I'm showing you. You straighten it, the thing was off because I already finished, but once you get it all hot, you take your finger, you just wrap it up like that, like what I'm doing, and you want to hold it for a second, and yeah, that's everything. Thank you, bye.